Alright, let's take a ride through the boring world of global debt. The whole world owes each other an insane $307 trillion. It's like a worldwide party where everyone's holding IOUs and nobody has got a clue how to settle up. Not exactly the happily ever after we were hoping for. Now, let's chat about the global debt to GDP ratio. GDP, that's the pile of cash your country makes from everything. Think smartphones, cars, farming, mining, exports, and all that jazz. The debt to GDP ratio is a crazy 336%, which essentially means the world owes 3 times more than what's produced in a year, but we owe it to ourselves. It sounds silly because it is. And when we talk debt, there are 2 flavors: gross debt, which is the grand total of your IOUs, and net debt, which is like your actual debt balance. Let's break it down. Imagine you're a business with a cool $1.25 billion in interest-bearing debt, but you've got $1 billion stashed away for a rainy day. That leaves you with a net debt balance of $250 million. It's like still owing $250 million after you've sold off everything except your socks. Now, since the disco days of the 70s, global debt has skyrocketed faster than a viral video on TikTok. In the US, Uncle Sam is swiping that credit card to pay the government bills and also perhaps indulge in some luxuries. The only hiccup is, the income generated from things like taxes doesn't quite cover the debt. It's like taking out a business loan from the bank, but you're not generating enough cash to pay it back, so you just keep maxing out more credit cards. So what's the plan? Keep raising the debt ceiling. It's like asking for a new credit card over and over again. It's like keeping the lights on for just a tad longer, but sooner or later, we'll be in the dark. We'll save the debt ceiling drama for another day, but let's just say it's a game of how high can we go with your credit card limit. Public debt is the big boy debt, cooked up by your loving government. This debt has swelled up 5-fold since the early 2000s, and about 27% of it is held by big players. Think China, Japan, Germany, and their posse. That amounts to a total of about $7.9 trillion that the US owes these countries, and they'll want their chips cashed in at some point. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the world of global debt. Stay cool and avoid that debt whirlpool.